What's up, everybody? It's Doug with Bread and Butter Pickleball coming live to you from the B&B headquarters in Vero Beach, Florida. And today we're talking edge guard tape. I'm going to show you how to put edge guard tape on your pickleball paddle. We just dropped our own edge guard tape. We've got like 10 patterns, stuff to match the Shogun, the Invader. We got tropical stuff. We've got dead ball, our famous dead ball pattern. We've got stuff for the Shogun, the Fat Boy. We got all kinds of stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's wrap a B&B Invader today. We're gonna make this thing look even more crazy than it already does. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the rubber keeper and put it somewhere safe. I'm going to open up a pack of the Invader style, and when you open these up, by the way, they come in 3 edge guard tapes of the same design each, so you can always refresh. When you look at these edge guards, you'll notice you have the pattern side that goes out, that's what you see, and then underneath you'll have an adhesive sticky area. There are 2 pieces right down the middle of backing tape that comes. Remember that, because it's going to help you lay these things out. So what I always do before I start wrapping one of these paddles is I lay it about where I think it's going to go on the paddle. And I've got my 2 tag ends, and I'm just going to go ahead and bring them around, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball where they end up so they're even, meaning I'm trying to get the same overlap. I don't want it to be like this, where you have a high end, and I don't want it to be the other extreme where it's like this. It's too short here, too long here. So I try to just get it even to see where they both meet. And on this particular one, I notice that they come right on this ridge on this old layer of tape right here. So I know that if I start on that end right there and kind of line it up, it'll probably line up nice and look good. Now, I'll tell you, all edge guard tape may be a little bit different, and they might be different lengths. You have to find where it's symmetrical, and it might be a first bevel, a second bevel, maybe it's a little mark on your paddle. Just find something. So once I do that, I go ahead and start on one end, and I go ahead and peel back the tape, and I'll go ahead and stick it where I told you. I was looking at this little bevel right here, which is where it kind of lined up, and I'm just gonna barely overlap that, and I'm gonna center it up on the paddle. And the way I do that is place it, and it takes a minute to kind of make sure that you got it level. And what I'm doing is I'm looking down underneath the tape. Let me stick that again, hold on. I'm looking down underneath the tape and making sure that it's kind of even on both sides. And sometimes it helps to stick it to the paddle a little bit, which I didn't do a second ago. Once I get it there, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch and keep the handle away from me, and all I'm doing is running it towards myself. So as you're running your handle on there and lining everything up, you're just gonna keep running it around the paddle, and you don't have to push too hard. The other thing that I don't want you to do is freak out that this is a one-shot, one-kill scenario, where if you don't do this right the first time, you're screwed up. You can easily pull this thing back off and reset it. It's actually very forgiving. What it's not forgiving is once it's been on there and been in the heat for a couple days, it sticks a lot more. And if I didn't mention this to you, and I didn't, so I probably should now, I would always take a cotton ball and a little bit of rubbing alcohol and rub the edge of your paddle. Try to remove any debris, dust, dirt. That'll help everything seal better. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just running this thing along the edge all the way down and trying to make sure that I'm dead center with the same amount of overlap here and there. And I'll show you why that's important in a minute. Here I go, coming through, and boom, I've got it there. I'm a little bit longer on this side, and that's probably because I added a little bit of stretch. Once you have it to this level, before you crease down the sides, you want to go ahead and run your finger and your hand and make sure you're sealed all the way down all the edges of the paddle, and make sure that it's sticking really good. Then, and only then, should you begin to take your thumb and just press down and work your way around the entire edge of the paddle, and you're folding that little lip down to make sure it sticks to the inside of your edge guard. And I just usually go through once or twice and make sure that everything is sticking. And once I know it's there, then I come over here and I do the same side. All I'm doing is just feathering it down and making sure that it's sticking in the right place. So anyway, that's it. Bread and butter. edge guard tape, now available at B&B. We got a ton of colors. Trick your paddle out, and look for a link in the description, because I'm going to take this paddle and I'm going to add weights, and I'm going to add edge guard tape and a new overgrip all in one video, and I'm going to show you what you can do to transform a paddle with all of our accessories, only available at bnb.com. Thanks and peace.